Here on KMET. And please, you may want to join the conversation today with Allan Borgen, who represents food. Not the same food that made me the size I used to be. I think I told you I lost 40 pounds in the last couple of months. Anyway, you may want to join the conversation, ask him some questions. Remember, 951-922-3532. Let me try to say it like Sean would over again. 951-922-3532.
Just like him.
Just like, anyway, our guest is a very dear friend who has not been a guest on this show before, but has been on other networks. And I have had that honor before. Allan Borgen is a name that many of you probably already know. He's a big macher, as we say, in the food industry. Let me say the eating industry. There's sometimes a difference between those two, and a lot of it in the Inland Empire. So he has had shows on many different radio stations and television stations, including PBS. He is also the creator and host of the Grub Club, which I think maybe he can tell you about. And I'm just going to show a couple videos real quick so that I can stop yapping, because it's hard to get me to stop. So I might as well get it all in. I'm just going to show you a couple of videos that he has done that are very, very good. And he might want to tell you how and where to get those and that kind of thing. So now I will put that plug in my face and get back to Allan. So go ahead, Allan, say hello.
Hello, good to see you. You look good. I know you're trying to copy me. I'm your mentor, I know.
Yeah, you've got that beard, which is dark, and mine is not. But
yeah,
what can I say,
So how are you doing? Doing good?
I think I'm doing all right. I have been, been recuperating.
Right.
And getting better, and hopefully we'll be all better in a bit. I have another piece of surgery or so to go, but hopefully that's an outpatient thing, so that, but so be it. It was a lot to go through, so.
You look good.
I look better. I'm not sure if good is the correct word, but I will accept
you look
better.
Healthy. You look good.
Well, okay, I'll take that as a compliment.
It is.
As it is. And you look great, too. So I know we used to be on the same station, and you were on the show several times, and they were always great conversations. And I know you always seem to turn the conversation back around to what I do, which is reverse mortgages, and I thank you for that. But we don't need to do that. We got plenty of time in the future. Hopefully you'll be on a lot more shows.
Oh, definitely.
So I want to get into the food. You are Mr. Foodie, correct?
Yeah, can't you tell? Yeah, I've been for, I want to say about 26 years, way before the Food Network and all this other stuff going on now. And everyone thinks it's all about getting free meals, and it's so not true. That's why I hate Yelp and other things. Most of these people don't know food, and all they want is free. And that's not what I'm about, and I've never have been. And my whole goal is for people to have food orgasms and support. There's some great little restaurants out there that don't have a lot of money to market themselves, and any way I can help them, that's my goal.
Yeah, I pay no attention to Yelp at all, because, somebody, even a great restaurant, someone could go in there and have a bad time and a bad meal, because it does happen every now and then.
Right.
And, I don't want everything to be just based on one time.
Right.
And so poop on Yelp. And poop is okay on this station.
Well, the bad thing about Yelp is a lot of people, I don't know who they are. Most of them don't know food, I hate to say. And B, I've heard all kinds of scams in terms of them, kind of like large, just putting a gun to restaurant owners, head to advertise with them. And if they don't, then they bring the bad reviews up, and the good ones go down. And I've heard horror stories. And anyway, that's what Yelp's about. But I use them only to some good restaurants, and that's it. I don't read reviews. New ones I don't know about. So that's it.
Yeah, so I like to cook, but I'm not a great cook. I'm an okay cook, which reminds me, because, we're kind of ad-libbing most of this. I remember one day you said when I was ready to buy a grill or a barbecue for the outdoors to talk to you. And I don't know if I am or not, but I do know that because of my situation. But I do know it's the beginning of the summer-ish, and there's probably a lot of listeners that want to know that. So if you want to get into this show, that's fine. Or if not, we can schedule it another show, because I think it's something that people want to know about. Yeah, thought of that as we were rolling off.
Depends, I think, on how you want to use it and how much you want to use it for. And, for a beginner, I like Master Built. They've been you can buy them at big box stores, but they have some great products. I really like them. The new one, it's the MES 440. It's stainless steel. They also have a black one. But what's nice about it, they have an element of cooking element on top and also on the bottom. So
that's
smoke, and you can cook from the bottom. So it's a regular oven basically. And on top, you can finish it up. So if you want ribs or burgers, you want to bark on it, you put it on top there and turn it on. It's like a broiler oven, and it's easy to use, very easy to use. Great customer support.
I like that, easy to use, because that means easy to eat.
Yeah, well,
right?
most smokers are easy to use, most of them, once you know it, but some things like the Big Green Egg, or I prefer the Vision Grill is another one. If you like a Komodo type of grill, I think it's better. It's not as pricey, and you get a lot more for bang for your buck, and it's just like the Big Green Egg, which was kind of like the first one out really marketing themselves, but I think it's overhyped.
Now, what is that? I see it everywhere, and it looks to me like it's just an elongated Weber.
Well, kind of expensive. It's porcelain. It's real heavy duty.
It's thicker, so it keep the heat in probably, but so, you know.
So it kind of acts like a tandoori oven in a lot of ways. You can bake with it. You can do all kinds of stuff on, pizzas, whatever. And what's nice, you can control the heat to real low to real high. And it's kind of like a convection oven. The air comes from up from the top and circulates out the top, from the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Top. So it's like a convection oven. They're very good, but like I said, the Vision Grill is my favorite. They come in a lot more. They have different things that you can do to them. Traeger you can make them.
Vision.
Wood chips. Pellets. You can do all kinds of stuff with it.
Oh yeah, you like those Traeger things, wood chips, or?
Well, I use pellets. I've got 1, 2, 3. I got about 6 smokers. They keep sending them to me to try them out.
Well, why not?
They're all different and they're all unique. But for an entry level, I would say a Master Built. My go-to one, that I use that a lot for small stuff. For bigger items, entertaining, you want something a little more professional, I would go for the Cook Shack. It's
Cook Shack.
Yeah, it's a big company. You can buy, restaurants. A lot of restaurants use them, but they have a model for the home, and it's excellent. You just press the buttons and you let it go. It does a great job.
Wow. So now, do any of those, or do all of those, the last ones you said, use those little pellets that Traeger came out with? Or maybe they weren't the first, but they were the first that made themselves known to me. And is there advantage to that?
No, it's easy because it's pretty. You can control the temperature, and it's pretty consistent. I like smoke on my meats.
Yeah.
And you don't get, the pellets are just wood shavings, sawdust of wood. They use like the last one I did was it was hickory, cherry, and maple woods.
Yeah. I can see that Sean has all of your contact information up there. It's because Sean had already heard of you. Everybody's heard of you in earshot of this station. I mean, you're a legend, right? So,
but I've been
for those people, the 2,000 or 3,000 of them that are not watching, go ahead and give your information. We'll do it again later, but go ahead and give all your contact information out.
Right. Well, the website is letsdineoutshow.com, although it redirects you to letsdineinshow.com, which is
in or out. What does it matter? As long as you're eating, right?
Unless that's a different matter.
Okay.
In terms of the TV show, it's been on hiatus for a while. but now with the virus calming down, hopefully I'll be able to do some shooting of it. But it's on the Let's Sign Out show. It's on Empire TV, KBCR. It's on DirecTV, it's on cable. It's all over Dish. It's on Thursday nights at 6, Saturday at 5:30, and once the pandemic gets better, it'll be on Tuesday mornings again. But
so you're a veritable television magnate.
Yeah, well, I've been doing it my 26th year on TV, I think. 25
Wow.
years. The radio station is AM 1050. So Friday, I'm sorry, every Saturday and Sunday from 4 to 5, live show like yours. And basically, it's all about doing reviews of local restaurants and just food, anything to do with food and gadgets and stuff. And my new thing I'm working on is called the Big Bite Stuff, BITE stuff, like the right stuff, the bite stuff.
Oh,
and
okay.
Products like this. This is one of my favorite ones. Do you like pickle juice? Or you like pickles?
I love pickles, and you know what? You made me some pickles yourself, and they were great.
Would you like drinking the juice from pickles?
I'll tell you, one of the very overlooked ingredients to a great Bloody Mary is pickle juice. And I know some places in LA that use them, like the Little Easy and places like that, that will use pickle juice, and it makes a difference.
It's called Van Houten, and they have the pickles in like what do you call it, a tube type of thing, plastic tube. You can buy them everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
They are actually popsicles. What you do, and they're pickle popsicles, but they also make in bottles mixes for Bloody Marys and stuff.
Oh yeah, so
my new website, I'm going to be doing products that you can buy on the internet.
Is it up yet?
Not yet. No, it'll be another couple of months away probably. But
you
unbelievable.
can announce it though, so people can look for
the bite stuff. And my website, if you want to get a hold of me on Facebook, it's Mr. Foodie 1, or Allan Borgen. That's my personal one, is Allan Borgen. And the website is letsdineoutshow.com, and I'm all over the place. And again, it's all about food, just making people fat and happy. That's my goal.
And if anybody wanted would be interested in those videos that you have, they're both about people with diabetes, like yours truly here.
Right, me too.
And how to best get along. In fact, yesterday I had a meeting with a dietitian, and they showed to me that my problem is that I have not been eating enough carbohydrates, and that's why I get low blood sugar once in a while. So sometimes we hear this advice, we go off on a tangent, and it's not always right. You have to talk to people who know. Not only do you know, but you know food and what we like to eat. So
a diabetic diet is actually a hard, healthy diet. Everyone should be eating the same way as a diabetic should be eating. And if I had to do it over, I probably would have changed the name to it. But DVD, when I was diagnosed, there was nothing out there. Everything was read, lecture. And I thought, wait a minute, I want to see.
Right.
And there was no video. So my video is basically, it's all real. It's not talking heads or anything. It's talk about meal planning ahead, Mexican food, Chinese food, Italian food, and American food, things you can eat when you order.
I can't, I'm listening for something I don't like, but I don't hear it yet. So keep going.
Well, I try to talk about things you can eat and just educate people. And, it's chapter by chapter from talk about complex carbohydrates, simple carbohydrates, nutritional stuff, portion control and stuff like that. So that's one of my DVDs. The other one is diabetic. It's very important to take care of your feet, especially for diabetics, because about 86% or 87%, I think it's higher now, of amputations from diabetics occur because people don't take care of their feet. I did a DVD, everything you can do and take.
Yeah, that's one of those DVDs I just showed. Now, I don't have any problems so far on my feet, except when I was in the hospital and not walking around, and at home for 3 weeks after and not walking around, and they fed me so much intravenous. They wouldn't let me eat or even drink water for over a week. I was allowed to lick an ice cube as long as somebody was there to make sure I didn't drink it. But the point is they gave me so much hydration that my feet became as big as my head.
Wow.
And I got afraid about the diabetes thing, but it wasn't. And then it lasted that way for almost 2 weeks. Then, like overnight, it was normal.
Good.
It was crazy. It was normal. And my wife likes to tickle my feet all the time. So even when she comes anywhere around, I feel that sensation. So I know that my feet are still okay. My brain, that's another story, but I'll let you talk about that.
A long time. But yeah, people are interested. They can just give me a call. My phone number is 909. They can call me anytime. 909-910-3463. And happy to work out an arrangement with me. They're only $10 each, so it's pretty cheap. And my goal is to get people, I want to get them fat and happy. And then once they have diabetes, but I believe in healthy eating now. As we get older, we better do it.
The other thing I found out yesterday, now one thing, I used to eat a 2-pound steak by myself.
Wow.
And I can't anymore, obviously, but there is something wrong with that because the enzymes and things, it really, it takes a lot out of your pancreas. But other kinds of protein, fish and this and that, and whatever, do not. And what this woman told me yesterday was, don't get all filled on more and more carbohydrates. If you feel like you need more, just eat more fish or chicken or whatever you're eating, but just eat another 3 or 4 pounds of it, and a little bit of carbs to go with it to balance it, and then you won't be hungry. So
yeah, I lost about 47 pounds on the low carb diet, and low carb diet really works, and it's very easy to follow. And to be honest, everything's up here. You can be on any diet, but your mind, if you're not ready.
But I've got to watch to increase my carbs, because once in a while I get the low blood sugar thing, and I am temporarily on insulin now because of the drugs I'm taking and the antibiotics, and I'll probably be back on pills. And they say if you're on insulin, it can happen more often. So hopefully I'll be off insulin in a bit. You're not on insulin, are you?
No, I take my medications, but
yeah.
There's a new thing I'm trying now. It's called 60 Up, and it's for people. Sometimes my balance is a little bit awkward, so that's what it's for. Basically, is helping your balance, and it's fantastic. I went to a gym a couple times, and they have.
You went to a gym?
I used to. I went by it. I go by it every week.
Okay, I understand.
But I go, and they have these big medicine balls and all these things to try to help you with balance and coordination. But this thing is strictly for that. I think Bob Barker pushes it on TV, but it really works well, and I really like it. So if you have any balance problems, I would highly recommend 60, the number 60 Up, and you can find them on the website, internet.
Oh, okay.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I've been accused of being way off balance my whole life, and I think that's still true. Now, I don't think I have a balance problem, but I get dizzy a lot.
Yeah.
Ever since I was a baby. And at first I used to think this was normal. No matter what I seem to ever do, if I stop and look straight up, I start getting dizzy, but kind of dizzy in both directions at the same time. And I really think that that's cool. So if there's any medical people out there that understand what that is, let me know. I've told a lot of doctors about it, and they just said, oh yeah, sure, see you around. So, but I think it's cool. Especially the going in both directions at the same time. I think that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah. So, so let's, before the time goes by, because it's going by, always goes by too fast. Let's get into Grub Club. And is that still going strong? I mean, I've been out of the picture, and of course with the lockdown, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't talk about it and really plug it. Because the times I was going, I had a great time, and I don't mean to keep yapping, but I just want to say I had a great time on all of those occasions.
Well, for young, old, married, single, it's all for foodies. And my goal is for the people to get people into restaurants and try good restaurants and a good tasting of it. So usually it's anywhere from 10 to 15 items you try, tax, tip, and a non-alcoholic beverage, all included. And it's either $65 a person, or sometimes if they have lobster or more, it's a higher restaurant would do $69. But
it's not expensive. I'll just show them that if it sounds expensive to you, it's not, because you get a lot of food. And depending on the restaurant, I know all of them aren't like that, but some of them you get to take home that much worth of money.
Most of them are. Most people. But that's what I want. I want to try it, man. For a restaurant, that's the best thing they can do is bring foodies in and try it. And that's what we try to do.
Right.
And we have anywhere 50 to 117 people. So
again, and they're a lot of fun. You get to know some people. If you don't want to, you can sit over there or whatever. But usually it's a great gathering.
Great way to meet people, and they're all foodies. So if you go on the letsdineoutshow.com, you'll see a little thing out there, and you can press it. Right now, we don't have any new ones.
No, well, that's because of the lockdown thing. It's it's hard to eat through a mask. I don't know if you've noticed that.
I have my shirt. That's why I wear shirts like this. Like, where's Waldo? I stains on them and everything.
Yeah, I used to, when I first got my first mask, it was an N95 type. Those are, I don't know if you've had one of those, but they are not easy to breathe through at all. So I had to cut a hole in it to make sure that I could stick a cigar through there. So that worked out fine. So,
Yeah, no, you do what you got to do. There's so much controversy and people are stupid. And I don't care if they kill themselves, but just don't kill others. That's my my thing. Right.
But maybe we could invent a mask that's a little bit thicker that has like like on spaceships, they have that area where you go in and you let out the old air and bring in, so it's so you can put a bite of food in this chamber that all the old air goes out, the new air goes in and opens towards you, like a decompression chamber or something like that.
Our mask can eat, or they have holes in it for like straws.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, as long as you can close it off otherwise, but yeah. Okay. Now, other than that, most people don't like wearing masks. Me, it just makes me look better, so it's different. But that's, So tell us about your adventures on the next shows you have and the TV you say that's coming.
Restaurants are surviving. The old ones that were crappy anyway, they're going out of business, which is fine with me. But there's a lot of new restaurants opening up. There's one called the Rustic Fork in Riverside that's fantastic.
Wow. I was going to say, give us some good I'm trying to make this show a 3-hour show. I don't think Sean will let us. But if there's time, give us some recommendations.
Well, in Riverside, it's called the Rustic Fork. It's excellent. Another one I like is called Roy's, RUI_S, Shanghai Bistro. It's in Redlands. It's very good Shanghai type of food, Chinese food. If you go on the on YouTube, it's Let's Dine Out CA, like California. Let's Dine Out CA. We have a channel there, and you can see a lot of the reviews that we've done.
All right, yeah.
I only do favorites I like. If I don't like the restaurant, I do them. I just want, so everything you see, myself and my wonderful co-host, Isabel Bussey, her and I, we're honest if something needs more garlic or something. But these are restaurants that we've been to that we like, or I follow from people who really know food. I'll listen to them. They're not Yelpers. They know food. So
we're not just fat people like I have been some, because they'll eat anything, right?
True.
I used to eat anything. So, now at least I can look forward to, I think, being more selective.
Yeah. No, I think we all are as we get older, but I think the food's becoming better, especially in the Inland Empire. It's really becoming good. A lot of good restaurants are opening up. The other thing, there's a lot of it's called home kitchens. It's all licensed by the health department and licensed by, businesses and stuff in these cities. And there's one called Tardka, Tardka on Facebook. You can find them. And basically it's Indian food and they deliver. Live in are very, very good food. I mean, it's better than most Indian restaurants.
Wow.
Cali Tardka, Tardka.
Wow, that's good to know. That's very good to know. Now, are any of these restaurants are they open for dine-in? And if they are, do they have any kind of precautions in place? Like I've noticed in LA, I'm not in LA, but I mean, I follow restaurants all across Southern California if I can. There's one place like in Silver Lake, which is really an upcoming, actually it's already up, but they have like little greenhouses for each table. I thought that was kind of cool.
That's very neat. Yeah, I've been to many restaurants since it's opened and the last couple of weeks. And they like a place called Pinnacle Peak. What they do, they take a thermometer testing. Everyone requires you to have a mask on. And then you walk inside. Once you're seated, then basically you can take the mask off, obviously. And all the servers I've seen in restaurants, they all wear gloves and they all wear we went to a restaurant in Menifee called Provecho Grill, and tremendous Mexican food. Probably one of the top.
Could you say that again? I dropped out on my end.
Provecho, Provecho Grill.
Okay, because I've got some friends that live out there.
spectacular food. We were just there last night, and again, everyone wears gloves and masks, and yeah, the table are all, it's about half of the occupancy, so you may have to wait a little bit, but
yeah, but worth it. Well worth it.
I really love those places. So just start supporting restaurants. They need help, as all businesses do. But
yeah, well, they've been hit awfully hard. Movie theaters, I can't imagine what they're going through, but I don't know what they have to make it. But there's so many mom and pop restaurants. These are usually smaller operations,
right?
And those are the things you really have to hope and because we love them, right?
But also, I heard, businesses, like a lot of the businesses I've talked to are doing very well. Home improvement, anything would do with home improvement. You go to Lowe's or a restaurant or Home Depot, my God, they're packed. But
I know people are home fixing their stuff, but unfortunately, they're over in Lowe's without masks on. But because I was over there the other day.
Oh, really?
Oh, I think we only got about a minute left, and I'm sorry. So you're going to have to come back real soon. But in that minute, please give us your contact information one more time.
At letsdineoutshow.com. On Facebook, you can find me at Allan, Allan Borgen, Borgen, my personal one, or Let's Dine Out Show on Facebook. And on YouTube, it's Let's Dine Out CA, like California. And you'll find all the new ones with myself and my co-host, Isabel Bussey.
That's great. And I think it's time to sign off. So thank you so much, Allan. I really miss you, too, during this time where we can't see each other. But I talked about Gulari earlier today, who was the father of the great director, Paul Thomas Anderson. One of the things he would say on his show was, nostalgia ain't what it used to be. Think about that a little. And Kaplan will be here on the same corner in front of the same cigar store next week. And thank you, Allan. And thank you, Sean, and all of the listeners. Take care of yourselves.
Happy eating. Bye-bye.
Thank you.